hello. So sorry about that. Got a kind of a family thing going on. Hey, Aki waited for me. Hello. So, the game has gone to this kind of clock screen, and you know what I'm afraid of? Is that it didn't save my progress, and I'm gonna have to start over again. If I had thought about it for just 1 second longer, I could have hit escape, and oh. Well, that just made it worse. Now we'll never know. You know, I thought that was gonna bring up like a settings page. Fuck it. We gotta start over. Let's see, it is 3:08 a.m. Well, that sucks. Could be an appropriate time for one of these. Yeah, everything's okay, Pirate. The short, it's... I hope this isn't gross to say on stream, but, So my parents live right next door to me, and, our family dog is, very, very elderly. She's like a 15-year-old boxer, and, she's, just having some problems today that, they need a hand with. So, sorry about that. Alright, I guess we're starting over, gang. That's okay, though. We're getting really good at this. Maybe I will be a Game and Watch Zelda speedrunner by the end of this. Easy. Damn, I really wish it would have saved. Maybe it did. Maybe I just messed it up by hitting the wrong key. But... let's see if we can beat this game before I have to go AWOL again. Easy. Only 32 more Triforce pieces left. Oh no! But there's only 8 Triforce pieces. Talking about 32. Oh, do you mean if I have to keep resetting? Let's hope not. Well, I am so glad that you guys were still here. Thank you for waiting. It's always more fun to stream with people to talk to. This is a little later than I usually stream. Typical is from like 11 to 2 a.m. 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern, but today we're running later, and that's okay because frankly I'd be up anyway. My hours vary. I'm up now because Cat wouldn't shut up. Oop. Don't step on a sword. So I got the headphones on. I'll nap later to make it up. There you go. Boom. So maybe the tail isn't a new mechanic to the second half? I just hadn't noticed it before, Aki. We now have an answer to that question. And that explains why, I was taking some of the hits that I've been taking. I just didn't... I thought the fireballs were hitting me, but that actually explains a lot. Cool. It becomes much more of a problem when the game speeds up, but... Alright. You mean it's difficult to tell what's happening at 1 frame per second? Yeah, who'd have thought? You'd think it'd be much easier to tell. Alright, got me a water of life. Let's just bolt straight up the left side. Oops! Alright, got my projectiles at least. No worries. Chance to pick up another water of life. Maybe I just did. Okay, we're actually in an even better position. Okay, somebody help me keep an eye on the score. Because did my score just go down? Or am I imagining it? I'm at 320 right now. I think it just went down. I can't prove it. Until I go back and watch the VOD. Okay, this should be a relatively simple one. With the projectiles. I'm also still unclear on what the tomahawk is. I saw it light up one time. And, I don't know why? Or what it did. But I saw it lit up, and there's a picture of a tomahawk in it. Anyway, that's why I keep calling the projectiles tomahawks, even though I don't think that's right. Oops. I'm pretty sure they're just sword beams. Easy. Wait, what? Oh no! I hit continue and now I have to fight this dragon again? Song reminds me of Silent Hill. This song is called Seen You in a Dream by Ian Sutherland. Let me drop a link here. Oh dear, I'm under attack! Well, it made my water of life proc, so that's good. Ian's a long time internet friend of mine. I made video. I was like a hobby. I've been a hobbyist game developer pretty much my whole life. I started making games in like 4th grade, and I met this person on an internet forum in like 7th grade, and he did the soundtrack and some coding. It was a really big part of a project I was working on in middle school, and we just kind of stayed in touch. And anyway, he gave me permission to use his music on my streams, which was really cool. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have better luck hugging the left wall again. Oh dear. I have not quite figured out the art of making it through this kind of room hitless. See, I already screwed it up. The left-hand side of the screen displays the dungeon map, and items such as the tomahawk item, unique to this game, that Link gains while fighting the dragon. So, you get the tomahawk from fighting the dragon? Why didn't I get one? I just fought 2 dragons. It might be Silent Hill inspired, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. Tomahawk hurts dragon, it seems like. Right. I would like another one. Your score is definite. Yeah! So you must lose. Well, technically, maybe I did continue. Remember? Because I hit the continue button after fighting the dragon. So that might have effectively reset me to the room I was in. Well, so let's pay attention to it from here. I'm at 230. Let's see what happens now. My other theory is, yeah, maybe you're right. The Water of Life costs points to use. Oops. Dang ghost got me. Oh dear. That was scary. Ah, okay. See, I keep calling it that. Sword beams engage. So yeah, let's see what the score is now. 230, 290. So the Water of Life doesn't appear to use any. Sword beams only well, yeah, full life. Which is weird because you start at 3 and the cap is 5, and the sword beams will only work at 5. So you have to actually work up to 5. And the Water of Life puts you at 5. And it appears you can gain a heart randomly throughout sometimes when you finish a level. But not all the time. Okay, I gotta hyper focus here. Easy. What were we at? 290? Yep. Oh, hey, you found a manual. Tomahawk shows up when fighting dragon automatically. Oh! Does 3 times damage, breaks when the dragon is defeated. So when we go into this next room, that button's going to be lit up. Pirate solved the mystery. Okay. Thank you so much. Hey, wait! Where's my tomahawk? Ah, tail got me. Oop! Oh, I got him. Might be an RNG bonus. Okay. You know, that actually explains something. Because on my first playthrough, I thought the second dragon was really easy. And then on the second playthrough, I was like, why is this so hard? And, maybe I got a tomahawk the first go around. Interesting. Oop. I do have a water of life, which is good. Oh dear. Yeah. Okay. Let's at least make it through this room hitless. Alright, now my score should be intact. Cool. Let's continue. I wonder, if maybe because I just keep hugging the left wall, I'm not getting the tomahawk anymore. Maybe it's somewhere on the right side of the dungeon? Oops. Maybe we gotta start mixing our route up a little bit. You know, that would make sense, right? Because if the left route is the most direct one, then the item would be hidden in the less direct path. It's an item you pick up from defeating the goblin. Who the hell is that? Let's go this way. Oops. I thought I was gonna take a hit there for sure. Oh dear. Ah, my. I don't think whoever translated the word to English knew that the word moblin is a thing. There's a strong possibility. Let's continue this way. The moblin, huh? Oh, you know what? I bet the moblin's just this guy on the right. And maybe he only drops it in certain rooms. Or it's just a very low drop chance. Oops. Yeah, because... yeah. You got your Stalfos. I'm assuming that's what those are at the bottom. Or, not Stalfos. Stalfos are the wolves. skeletons. Oh, really? Okay. Skelaphos. Yeah, that sounds right. Alright, let's try to not blow the score, because I'm curious if we can get over 3 digits. I would love to know that. No tomahawk this time either. Oops, took a hit that time. But if I don't take another one, we'll have tomahawks, or my brain. Sword beams in the next level. No map either, very stingy game, I know. I mean, there's a map sometimes, but... Alright, that was our 4th dragon. We're into the second half of the game, and right about here, I think maybe the second half is a repeat of the first half at a, like, double speed. It's kind of what it feels like. So, we have a few easy rooms coming up. I didn't make note of what time I came back, but I'm curious how long I've been playing. I'm sure I'm getting faster. I just don't know how much, so... We're so close. 960. Awesome. I don't know. Stalhorse is the best stall? To the left, to the left. I agree. That's my favorite horse to ride around in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. I like riding stall horses and I like riding bears. And I like my motorcycle. I don't even have to do anything except spam one button in this room. Just repeatedly. That was easy. I know! They can walk over gloom. Alright, well. No water of life in the... It can, Hockey! It can go over 3 digits. It didn't look like it, but... Now we know. I still... So I've beaten TOTK, but I'm not done with TOTK, you know? Like, I got the credits, but... there's so much content in that game I've yet to experience. I'm about halfway through at 400 hours. Not bad. I think I put 100 and some change into it, like 105 maybe. And that was basically just, you know, focused on finishing. With, I mean, there was fucking around, but like, you know, I had my eyes on the prize the whole way. I haven't beaten the first temple yet. How long do you have in it? Oh, hey, Aki noted the time. It was 3:08 when I got back. Cool. So yeah, not even a half hour. I put it down for a bit right now. I went back and I tried to just do a straight to Ganondorf run on it. That was a disaster. I died like 200 times, and I got so frustrated I haven't played since. I was able to do that in Breath of the Wild, but the Tears of the Kingdom, it's a much harder game to do that in. didn't even make it through like the first wave of enemies in the. If you are we still protecting people from spoilers? Can I talk freely about that game now? I didn't make it through the first wave of Ganon's army. Like, it was really, really difficult. I kind of hate learning Cole Garrow's pattern. You can basically, like, 20-second run them or whatever. Oh, yeah. I've watched the speedruns. Wave your hands when done. Mute. Oh, Aki, I'm done. That's all I was gonna say. Alright. Easy. I did that hitless. I gotta work on building my Lionel killer weapon. Hoping it's very late for spoilers, but I hate how it doesn't give you a rest after fighting the dragon like it does every other room. I'm like, okay, I beat a level, let me catch up with chat, and then I'm getting hit. So we've got the theoretical maximum amount of health, 5 hearts and a water of life. This is an ideal situation. Easy. It's very late for spoilers, but I haven't played it due to a spoiler that breaks the game shrines. Oh. Hoping I forget it, but apparently I've packed it in the back of my mind and won't let it go. I'm so sorry. I hate it when things like that happen. My goal right now is to get the 2 other pieces of climbing gear. I only got 1 piece, and that's annoying. Yeah, I don't have it all either. I've got 1 or 2 pieces, I don't remember. But that was my favorite set in Breath of the Wild for sure. What do you got? Should I take the slow road on purpose and see if we come up with a tomahawk? If it helps with the dragons, it might be worth it. Yeah. I think I'm getting their pattern down well enough, but it's still a stress. The dragons are stressful. And if I could do it 3 times faster, that would be sweet. Again, might be a speedrun tech to find the tomahawk each time. Yeah, for sure. Okay, it's driving me crazy. Speedrun.com, Game and Watch Zelda. Let's find out. It's on there. Only 4 people have ever ran it. And their times range from 16 to 18 minutes. I'm gonna have to watch one of those. Hey, no matter how long it takes me, I can be in the top 5. That's comparatively quick. Oh yeah, I mean, this is the first playthrough though. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to watch their runs and see what that looks like, and to gauge if that's something I'd be interested in doing or not, you know. But short of things like what we're discussing now, like finding the tomahawk, I mean, I can't imagine there's any like game-breaking glitches to be had, you know. I feel like it would just be a skill race. I've seen someone speedrun Donald Duck's Playhouse, and I'm pretty sure there was no record for that. I mean, I think you can get a category added if you speedrun a game no one else has ever played before. Or speedran before, I should say. Okay, this should be a pretty simple level. My pinky is getting tired. That's what I should do. I'll be the most notorious worst speedrunner. I'll find the worst games no one's ran, normal play them, and submit my time. I mean, do it. But, you know what'll happen is then other people see that and they're like, oh, let me try. And then... well, let's see. Let's go we're going the slow way this time. Only some of the Jumpstart games have categories. I think Jumpstart 5th grade has one, but there isn't one for, like, Jumpstart 4th grade. So I've been thinking about maybe speedrunning Jumpstart 4th grade, you know? There's actually a surprisingly competitive scene for Jumpstart 5th grade. I think it's 5th grade. I was looking at this a while back. Let me explain. I was planning a Halloween stream, and I thought, okay, what's the scariest game ever made? Jumpstart 4th grade. That game haunts me to this day. And so naturally I ended up on speedrun.com. I don't remember which one. I think it was 5th or 6th grade that had a surprisingly competitive scene surrounding it. I miss my sword beams. Hey, look at that! I got a tomahawk! You'll be the world record holder. I won't lie, I've thought about that exactly as well. Get a record for the most overtaken speedrunner in history. Thank you for the GGs. Okay, so I guess taking the slow way is worth it sometimes. Or it's random, and I'm making something out of nothing. I don't know. But this dragon should be a frickin' breeze, then. Go. Oh. This moblin's not a joke, man. Okay, good. I was worried I would lose my tomahawk for some reason. I guess it's not a continue though, it's Water of Life. So, and maybe this is good because that it recharged my health and it gives me a chance to pick up another Water of Life. Boom. Seems every level has their own map. Things might be very stationary. Oh, I would imagine. I should probably be charting these maps down and taking note of where, like, the tomahawks are and whatnot. Alright. Wow, that was so fast. Wall beam does the same damage, assuming what you said is correct. The thing about it is DPS. Yes, I'm positive. I've noted that it's 3 damage against the moblin, whether you're in his face or you use the sword beam. I'm sure of that. And then the tomahawk does 9, apparently. Cool. Come here. There we go. Thought I was gonna take a hit there. This moblin is one tough son of a bitch. What is it with Nintendo making the 6th level obscenely difficult? You know, think about it. Zelda 1, what's the hardest level? Level 6. Think about Ocarina of Time. What's the hardest level? Level 6. The Water Temple. Like... hell, I don't know. Let's, 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like I can do it in 3 rooms, or I can make it take 4 rooms. Let's make it take 4. I don't remember the Water Temple in OOT being particularly difficult. I mean, nothing about OOT is particularly difficult, if I'm being honest. But I do remember when I was a child playing it, like, I spent a lot of time in the Water Temple. I never did beat OOT, so I don't know if the later ones are harder. I keep stopping at the Shadow Temple. Everyone says Water Temple in OOT. I never did it without the strategy guide because I heard it was rough. I mean, so the problem with the Water Temple really was you would just get lost in it, and if you play the 3D remake, they've sort of improved it. There's very clear markings on the walls that help prevent that. There's also one key that's like absurdly difficult to locate if you don't know where it is, and they've improved on that as well. By making a camera pan to it when you enter the room. Oops. Taking a lot of damage in here, and I don't have a water of life, so I gotta focus up. Okay. Even if it takes forever, and it's going to take forever, I would like to not lose the score. Ah! It's over. There's no way. We blew it. Yep. The last time I played, the water temple took me a bit, only because they hid the last section opening on the ground where you need to use the ocarina and stuff, but it's not easily visible and stuff. Well, I guess let's continue. I think that was my first death this run, am I right? Oh, wow. Okay, so again, I'm gonna have to make it through this room without Water of Life or Tomahawks. This is gonna be terrible. Absolutely terrible. Got me. That wasn't so bad. R.I.P. my score. Holy shit. Well, it's as tall as it is wide now, so let's hug the right wall. Oh no. Oh dear. Still no Water of Life. Uh-oh. Hopefully we get a tomahawk out of this. Ah, fuck berries. So I know I've asked Aki this, but I forget his answer. And Pyrat's new here. What are your guys' favorite Zelda games? Favorite or favorite? It's always a fun getting to know you question. There's so many, and they're all so different. I know that can be difficult to answer. Link to the Past or Breath of the Wild? Solid. I love Breath of the Wild. Link to the Past, my relationship with is interesting. Hell yes, we got a tomahawk. So I didn't have an SNES as a kid. We had the Atari, we had an NES, we had a Genesis, and after that, our next console was the N64. So I don't have the childhood nostalgia for it that a lot of people do. My first playthrough was actually when I got my Switch a couple of years ago, and I got so frustrated in that game. I kept getting lost. I didn't know where to go. I didn't really understand how the whole Dark World warping back and forth thing went. I think, and on top of all that, it's just so difficult. I was save scrubbing left and right. Like when you fight that worm on top of the tower, I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. It was a nightmare. And even with save scrubbing, I just got totally lost, like 2 or 3 crystals into the second part of the game. And I gave up. I wasn't having a good time. I stopped. So my second playthrough is coming up. It's the watch is next if I can find one, or a way to emulate it. And then I think A Link to the Past is after that. And I think I'm not gonna save scrub if I can help it, but I'm gonna rely heavily on chat to tell me what to do. Maybe it'll go better than playing it offline. I don't know. Backseating will be encouraged in that strain. Pirate says, I mean, probably Z1. That doesn't mean I think it's the best. I mean, I'd rank it gameplay under Link to the Past, Minish, and LA. The 3D ones I mostly like less than the 2D ones. I've never played Breath of the Wild. It seems like it'll be better than TOTK. I still have Z1 for NES. Pretty sure I have it as a gold cart. I've gone through a couple Z1, Z2 carts. They either get lost or stolen or whatever. I hear you. Yeah, Z1's my favorite too. If I had to pick just one, it would be Z1. I do really like the 3D games as well. I guess if I had to do a pick 3, it would be like Zelda 1. Breath of the Wild, and I don't know if I could even pick 3. I'm a bit miffed TOTK doesn't have an ancient saddle or no vehicle that comes as good as the Master Cycle thing. It looks fun as hell. It is. After I got the Master Cycle, I never rode a horse again. What I'm going to attempt to do as I'm playing through all of these, though, still no Water of Life. Unbelievable. I might lose my Tomahawk if I die here. Is keep a list going, and every time I finish a game, rank it against the games I've already played. So like right now, rip Tomahawk, it would be Z1, Z2, this, and then whenever I finish a game, put it somewhere in that list, and then maybe through that process I'll figure out what my top 5 looks like. Oh, I gotta keep the Tomahawk. Okay. Good stuff. I'm surprised by that. Oops. Okay. Just gotta slow down. If I had to put a third, it'd be Z1, BOTW, and TOTK are very highly rated. I only gave it to BOTW because it was significantly different from Zelda formula and truly open world from the previous, whereas TOTK expanded on BOTW, which is good, but still very close. Yeah. it's hard for me to decide between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom which one is better, because I haven't fully experienced Tears of the Kingdom yet. I've just done the main story. But they're both very good games. I also struggle between, like, saying between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, which I like better, because they're the same, but they're a lot different, in very much the same way as the Breath and Tears. Their drops don't seem to be worth the fight, though. Oh, I need to be killing more Gleeoks. My first Gleeok kill was a gloomed up King Gleeok. Gleeoks aren't so bad. If you use key size to always hit their heads, it solves a lot of your problems. I kind of hate the weapon system. I avoid a lot of fights. I kind of want to have simply because the cost time to have more than the fight, durability, and fixing stuff. Aki, I'm sorry I said that thing just now. I wasn't thinking. We can steer the conversation away from Tears if... Oops, I got shot in the ass with an arrow. I muted before you even started? Okay. But then how did you know that I said that? I didn't. I saw Pyrette's King Gleeok message, and just before you started talking, I muted. I don't know what you said. I just expected it to be a spoiler. Fair. Yeah, we can talk about other stuff. Let's see. Still no Water of Life, huh? Okay, I think I'm cooking up a strat. Oh dear. I fucked that up badly. Okay. So, by running around like a lunatic, they're all attacking at the same time. That's bad. What I really need to start doing is, like right here, wait until he's almost about to stab me before I run back in. And that way I'll always have a safe spot when I need to retreat. It's kind of... didn't work. Strat uncooked, right? And then, you know, they do upstab randomly regardless of what you do as well. But it does seem to help some. It at least increases my chances of having a safe place to step back to. I should've, okay. Back to running around like a lunatic. Let's go. Cool. Hey, at least we have a tomahawk. The back one doesn't seem to stab until you get near him. I wonder if they stab basically in any adjacent, oh dear, position. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out what causes them to stab this whole time. Okay. Now we're in a good spot thanks to the Water of Life. As long as, because it doesn't, I don't have to, I just have to pay attention. And hope I don't get, you know, cornered. Thank you, sword beams! Maybe it's adjacent, but that first one stabs randomly anyways. So I think they all upstab, either randomly or on a timer, like a very slow timer, but then standing above them definitely encourages them to attack. So I think it's a mix of both. But I'm not sure if it has anything to do with your adjacency. But now that you said that, I'm going to pay more attention to that. You might be right. I don't have a map, so I don't know what the slow road is, but I would love to take the slow road because I want a tomahawk. I don't want to think about how big the 8th dragon's health pool's gotta be. When you were in the back, the first one kept stabbing. When you were in the front, the back one wasn't stabbing. Oh, okay. And, you know, I'm sure that you have been paying more attention than me because, like, when I'm playing, I'm focused on, like, my adjacent squares and the square I'm on. I'm not paying any attention to the opposite side of the room. Especially since I figured out you can just spam the button and you don't have to worry about getting shot. Never don't be clicking the attack shield button. Right generally seems to be the slow road. Let's try it. Went too early. Okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure waiting until the sword is almost about to stab you is a good move. It's not foolproof, but it does seem to help more than it hurts. Also, sword beams are busted. What is this? Zelda 1? Cool. You're paying attention to what is stabbing rather than what isn't, exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, So actually, if I want to really take my time, I wonder, do those look like paths going into rooms next to the dragon? What the hell is that all about? Red ring, if only. If I had to take a wild guess, I would say the speedrun strat is get the sword beams. Don't lose the sword beams. So get the beams, get good. And also probably find the tomahawk. I don't know though, because it might take longer to do that than the good it does you. Were those speedruns glitchless? I don't know, Pyra. I haven't looked at any. I'm going to. Alright, so now we want to go right. And we do have a Water of Life, which is nifty. Does it seem to anybody else that tends to drop in the room just before the dragon? Pretty much consistently? Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to drink. But that's okay. That'll give me my tomahawks back. My sword beams back. Good lord. There we go. They might know how to exploit the RNG drop. Does anybody have a good feeling about one of these directions? It's the same amount of rooms either way. I want left in GL. Okay, let's try it. I think I got the delay on the first three. I think their count is 3, 4, and 8 for the first three before they can stab again. Like seconds? You might be right. You might have cracked the code here. Oh dear. RIP sword beams. But we have a Water of Life, and they don't do very much good on the dragon anyway. So, no tomahawk though. So we can take 9 hits, but the dragon can probably take 900 hits. Alright guys, we're about to beat this game. I can't believe it. Let's fucking go. It turns out these are not secret rooms. GG on getting back your Triforces. Thank you. You know how, I wonder which Triforce piece this is. I wonder if it's, you know, wisdom, power, or courage. I'm thinking power, and I can't quite explain it, but that's what I'm leaning towards. Final boss! I'm kind of glad I didn't get the tomahawk. A final boss should be difficult, you know? Maybe there is no tomahawk in 8. Oops, oops. Oh dear. Why would I say that? I jinxed it. I didn't mean it! Once you, like, it's basically a pattern, but once you fall out of step of it, it's a bad time. It's a really bad time. Oh, and there... Okay, there's a little variation. But, that's that. It's one more Zelda game checked off the bucket list. Okay, I got 8 Triforce pieces. There I am. I rescued a princess. How about that? How about that? Thank you for the GGs. Every time other than completing it, he usually has or gets the courage one. Right? What do we do now? Oh no! I hit the continue button! We have to fight the dragon again. Because I wonder what would have happened if I hit the movement button. I'm sorry. Does he have 193 health? Got me that time. High score, 999 points. Go. I didn't pay attention to what my final score was. It was 1,000 and something. Watch me not be able to get it again. At least I'm getting lots of practice. Ah! I had him! $94 hits? Hold on, I'm just gonna take the L. 84 hits with Tomahawk 28. Yikes. I'm taking the L again. I don't like losing health that early into the game because it gives me no room to fuck up later. So you gotta do one when the tail's coming for you. Then one after most of the time. I just fell out of my groove there for a second. That was scary. Uh-oh. Got him. Twice. Okay, now don't hit continue. Seems like a logical button to hit, but it isn't. Turns out the princess wasn't in another castle. She was in this one. Okay, so none of the move buttons do anything. Water of Life button doesn't do anything. Yeah, so you can just fight the boss again or start over. Ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary, that was Game and Watch Zelda. What do we do now? It is 4:20 in the morning. Blaze it, I guess, if you do that kind of thing. I don't, but alright, I guess I should go to sleep, huh? Thank you guys for tuning in today. I appreciate your company. Pyra, it was very nice to meet you. I do hope to see you again in future streams. But if not, it was nice meeting you either way. Should we raid somebody? Should we find somewhere to raid out to? Do I have any friends online? I've got somebody doing a I'm just sleeping stream. Dude, Nintendo C is streaming Wind Waker. Well, first of all, I guess I should see if anyone else is live in this category. Game and Watch Zelda. You know, you gotta support... no. Sorry, unless you've got a time machine, that content is unavailable? What? What? Let's go, let's go see Nintendo C. Raid... Nintendo C. There we go. Again, there's the Discord if you want to join that. We're raiding you. Here's a raid call if you want to use that. Here is a non-sub version if you want to use that. Of course, you don't have to pal along, but if you do, you get some extra channel points. And if you've never been to Nintendo's stream before, he streams a lot of retro. Just great vibes over there. Nintendo's cool. Next up is the watch, if I can find one. But if I can't, we might unfortunately skip past that and go to A Link to the Past. We'll see. Take care, everybody. Retro makes up like 90% of the stuff I watch on Twitch anyway. I hear you. I watch mostly music, but retro is very up there. It's my second most watched category, I think. You're welcome, Aki. Thank you for your company. Anyway, I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.